Half the mushrooms we buy in Ireland come from one farm in County Carlow, but it's no ordinary farm, as Darren McCullough discovered.
Ask the average Irish person where they think their mushrooms come from, and they may guess a field, but mushrooms are far too big a business to be left to chance. In fact, Ireland's mushroom industry has left the field far behind and even graduated from the black plastic tunnels that sprouted up all over the country 20 years ago. These days, mushroom farms are basically high-tech, climate-controlled fungus factories. Here on the Cod family farm near Tullow in County Carlow, the growing rooms are state-of-the-art, and Raymond Cod showed me how these unique vegetables are grown.
What we're trying to do here is we're trying to mimic the outside conditions. 17 days ago, this house would have been empty, and we would have filled it with our compost and our peat moss on top.
All these trays,
All these trays.
These are stacked, what, 3, 5, 6 high?
6 high, yes.
Is the seed embedded into that?
The seed is embedded into the compost when we get it, and it will grow its little roots up through the peat moss. And then we will tweak the environment in here to get the mushrooms to start to fruit.
And what are you tweaking?
We're tweaking the temperature, the humidity, the CO2 level, and even the wind speed, the speed of the air passing over the crop. We tried just to get everything perfect, just to get the perfect flush.
How many days old, for example, are these mushrooms
These
here?
mushrooms, there's some of them 3 days old.
That's just 3 days
just
old?
3 days old, yes. And
wow.
they grow very fast. They will double in size overnight.
So what are you going to get out of this particular room here?
This room we hope to get about £700 for every tonne of compost.
Okay.
So
a lot of mushrooms.
Yeah.
The Irish mushroom industry expanded rapidly in the 1980s when plastic tunnels made it an ideal alternative farm enterprise. But the industry has changed radically ever since.
At the start, it certainly was very manual. It was more of an off-farm enterprise than it was a factory like you'd see here today. I think at its peak in the mid-90s, there was over 600 producers in Southern Ireland. Unfortunately, like most agriculture businesses, that's whittled down to just around 75 at this stage.
75?
That's right, yeah.
There was obviously a severe cull in the sector. What happened?
Buyers demanded that the sector supplied a lower cost product, and also labour became hard to get in the late 90s and early part of this century. And it just meant that you had to get very big and very professional very quickly, and a lot of people went by the wayside, unfortunately. Today we employ just around 100 people. We supply most of the retailers in Ireland, and about 40% of all mushrooms consumed in Ireland come from here.
This room produces over 100 tonnes of mushrooms every single year. That's a lot of mushrooms, but more importantly, it's an awful lot of picking. Joyce, you're the woman that's going to show me how to actually, and this is the business end of the business, so to speak, is it?
This is what makes it all work at the end of the day. So get your bum down there.
All right, okay.
Okay, the first thing you need is going to be a knife. And let's get your hairnet on you.
All right, okay. Hygiene
is critical. All our pickers are trained on hygiene, good housekeeping. They're all issued with their own scales, their own growing numbers, their own knives. So every punnet that is in the shop, we'll be able to trace it back to the picker if there was ever any incident with it.
Okay.
So basically you get your knife, okay, and what you're trying to do is replicate what's picked there, okay?
That's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
Okay, so what weight is in this now?
It's a 225 gram pack.
Okay.
You're going to be paid by what you pick in
pick.
that, yes. So it's very important that you're picking at least £53 per hour to ensure that you're getting your rate.
£53 per hour? That's
correct.
106 of these?
That's 106 of those.
Oh my
so
God.
we'll give you a few weeks to train in first.
All right, okay.
Certainly the pickers that we have are well able to achieve the rate.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see if I'm up to the mark.
Twist and push, okay?
Okay,
push,
so just...
Push, yeah. Don't be worried. Don't be afraid of it. Okay.
Dear.
Okay, so
I've messed up that one.
You've messed up that one. So
and then you're supposed to nip off that there.
Correct, and
throw it
place
into the thing.
Yeah. Okay, we won't be throwing it into it because a mushroom is like an egg. If you throw it around, it's going to get bruised.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Grand.
So,
and
again,
can I go for any size in here now? Or
what we're trying to achieve is the same size of mushroom at all times. Okay, this one's fine. Okay, so just push, twist. Okay. Unfortunately, Dara.
I'm not really
Yeah.
cutting mustard here, am I?
So push and twist.
I've made a bags of that.
Stay with the day job, Dara. Unfortunately, stick with the day job.
Damn. Okay, well, at least I gave it my best shot.
Absolutely.
The pickers have to earn their day's wages,
They
though,
certainly
don't they?
do, and they have to keep picking. You know, it's early rise. People start picking at 6 o'clock in the morning. As you can see, it's not an easy job.
Yeah.
You know, it is skilled labour. So yeah, the pressure is on them to ensure that they pick the same size mushroom at all times,
Okay.
and they pick to product specification. That's what the consumer wants, and that's what we want.
Ira, where did you work before you came to pick mushrooms in Ireland?
I work in Latvia. I work in shop. Now I have a supervisor job. I looked what girls pick mushrooms. I help our manager translate because it's lots of Latvian girls not speak English.
It seems hard. You've a lot of
It's-
mushrooms to pick every day.
Because it's, yeah, the first 3 months I think it's very hard, but because I know has experience, and then after 3 months it's try to get easy.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Is there a big difference between the money you can earn in Ireland and in Thailand?
Different, yeah.
How big? What would you make in Thailand?
Yeah, but I mean, 10 times. Yeah.
10 times the amount. Really?
Yeah.
Has it been difficult for the mushroom sector to overcome the slightly negative image that it's had in relation to the conditions that staff were working in over the last number of years?
I think the farms have got a lot bigger and a lot more professional, and the fact is only about 10% of the farms still in business. They're far bigger, and they can employ people for human resources. They can make it a much better environment to work in and treat their staff really how they should be treated.
From field to factory, the Irish mushroom industry has come a long way over the last 30 years. So what's the future now hold for the sector? The focus now is on reducing costs and growing mushrooms in an environmentally sustainable way. One of the ways Leslie has gone about doing this is by buying a second-hand wind turbine to produce his own green electricity.
We have built a 160 kilowatt wind turbine that is supplying the farm with about 30 to 40% of its electricity supply. And we've also installed a wood chip heating system that heats the farm and creates steam to steam sterilise and humidify the farm. Very basically, it's reduced our energy costs in the region of €100,000 a year. Our mushroom production unit is considered to be the most environmentally friendly in the world. And the product's also grown without any pesticides, and it is a top quality product that goes into the packs.
From a farmyard enterprise in plastic tunnels to a state-of-the-art food production facility, the cod farm is an example of how Irish farming can grow into the future.